Hi, I'm Charlie, the CEO of Anthony Pepe, and welcome to Pep Talk, where I'll try and answer as much as possible about the North London property market. Interest rates, hot topic at the moment, and widely expected that the Bank of England will drop interest rates another 3 times this year, which will mean that lenders will probably be offering products around 3.5% by the end of the year. We're already seeing the banks drop their rates in anticipation of this, and this is great news for anyone entering the property market or anyone remortgaging. And it's also good news for landlords who have been absolutely hammered by this government and the previous government over the last few years. It's definitely clear that this current government aren't really in favour of small hobby landlords, as they would say, and they're definitely veering their policies towards the larger corporate landlords, who they see as generally more compliant and probably less likely to evade taxes. And although there is certainly much more compliance to consider now for the average landlord, having a competent managing agent is definitely a must. Rents have increased by around 40% over the last 5 years in the North London area, and with interest rates possibly about to fall this year, it may now be a little bit more enticing for landlords to enter the market again. House prices have definitely increased also over the last few years, especially houses. And in certain areas in North London, the prices of houses per square foot have significantly outpaced the prices of a flat per square foot. And now a great example of this is a house in the Haringey Ladder in excellent condition, selling for around 1.4 million, where if that house was split into 2 flats, a comparable flat, the same square footage within that house, the flats would probably go for about 6 to 650 in excellent condition. So clearly you can see that the square footage of a house is slightly more or outpacing certainly the square footage of a flat. This, in my opinion, is due to a supply and demand issue at the moment, and there's certainly more flats on the market than there have been since 2017. This may, however, dissipate over the next year as we see interest rates slightly fall and more buyers, due to increased affordability, entering the market. At the moment, we don't have many buy-to-let investors entering the market, so it's certainly a good time for first-time buyers to take advantage of this. My prediction for the rest of 2025 is quite optimistic. Certainly the first quarter of 2025 has seen us sell nearly 27% more properties than this time last year, and we'll probably see a 5 to 6% rise in house prices this year. However, on the rental side, we've certainly seen rents stabilise over the last 6 months, where they reached their peak in the summer last year. In February this year, we hosted a very successful landlord seminar where we discussed in great detail with some other property experts the impending Renters' Rights Bill. This bill is currently going through the House of Lords at the moment, and amendments are being discussed, although it is expected that the bill will be pushed through by the government largely in its current form. Due to popular demand, we will be running a webinar in the next couple of months whilst we know a little bit more and when the bill goes through royal assent. So keep an eye on our social media channels for more information on that, where we will let you know exactly what's happening and exactly what to expect as a landlord with this new legislation, which is really one of the biggest bits of legislation that has been introduced into the property sector over the last 30 years. So if you'd like any further information, please feel free to pop into any of our offices, where any of our team members will be more than happy to sit down over a cup of coffee or a tea if you're lucky, and speak to you about anything property related. And if you're looking at selling or letting your property, even just thinking at this stage, please click on the link below where you can book in a free valuation or a chat with one of our expert advisors.